The opinions expressed on Goddess of the Nile Radio are expressions for informational and entertainment purposes only, and are not intended as a diagnosis, treatment, or a substitute for professional advice. Please consult a professional for your specific needs or concerns. We encourage you to use the topics discussed to generate your own conversation within the community. Should you have any questions or concerns regarding the content of the show, please feel free to use the hashtag GNR or email lovenileradio@gmail.com.
Goddess of the Nile Radio would like to thank our social media sponsors, Dope Curves, Noah's Jungle Bunch, and Chelsea by Chance. Our anonymous sponsor for assisting in making this YouTube live possible. Our small business sponsors, Divine Chakras LLC and Haru Heads. Our artist sponsors, Tanisha Clark and Kenora Berry. Our spiritual supporters, Collective Conscious Minds, Yeshua's Lightworkers, Indigo 11, and Sacred Woman Indigo Circle. And a special thank you to our Patreon members and followers. And to the most important people that make this dream possible, you, our listeners. We are Goddess of the Nile Radio, and we do this for you.
You are now listening to Goddess of the Nile Radio.
It is your birthright to accept and receive the goodness of the world, the tools to create your destiny, the love and nourishment from others, a life of abundance, days filled with propositions, manifested success coming from places that serve you, manifested success poured into your life and the lives of others. You are guided and given the authority to receive the gifts of the universe, for these gifts have already been given to you long before your arrival here. Your faith in yourself makes it real and opens the doors for manifestation to rush in. Your consciousness is open to receive and to give. It is your birthright, and it is done now.
You are now listening to Goddess of the Nile Radio.
Through this mantra of manifestation, all things are possible. We proclaim absolutely that all of us are living in a friendly universe that is always providing for us. We have felt it happening, and we are feeling it happening now. We are open to receive more abundance than we have ever experienced before. We can afford and do anything that our heart desires. We need never to worry again. We are filled with an attitude of gratitude for what we already have and all that we are giving and ready to give. We keep ourselves lifted in high consciousness no matter what the appearances are. The universe is always providing in our favor. We are creators of our today and our tomorrow. Reciting a mantra is an excellent way to start your day. Calm you down while you are upset and refocus your consciousness. For a copy of this mantra, please feel free to visit our Patreon account by searching for Goddess of the Nile Radio on patreon.com. It's your girl Azure Neteru Gaia, and I'm out. Peace.
You are now listening to Goddess of the Nile Radio.
Hey guys, welcome back to Goddess of the Nile Radio, live right here on the WinDC Radio app and YouTube channel. Whew, I needed to pass my collection plate after that good old-fashioned preaching. But now you know, right? And the more you know, the more you grow. To know thyself is to love thyself. Gotta say that one more time. To know thyself is to love thyself. Now let's get into the dangers of dating during the beginning of your spiritual journey. And I'm talking about, when I'm talking about spiritual journey, I'm really focusing on when you begin to pull yourself out of the churches, out of religion, when you begin to focus more on spirituality, when you're starting to learn about the moons and crystals, and you're awakening your third eye, you're getting all into chakras and stuff. You're just trying to figure some things out. You see, the first thing that you do during the beginning stages of your spiritual walk is you begin to learn more about your character defects. And that's what us spiritual folk, that's what we call, we call it shadow work. You are doing a lot of work with yourself and creating the best version of yourself. You may still have a lot of character defects that you are learning how to correct. Abandonment, selfishness, self-centeredness, and maybe you have a porn addiction. Maybe you have impossible expectations for people, for places, and things. Maybe you are super sensitive, like Azure, and just discovering that you are an empath. Have you taken the time to research what a healthy spiritual relationship is? Have you taken the time to research and figure out what's the best way to have a healthy relationship within spirituality? Do you even know what that looks like? Many newly spiritual beings jump into a relationship without building a strong foundation within their spiritual walk. They are still in the healing phase. I'm in the healing phase right now. I ain't gonna lie. They may get involved with someone, and if they are hurt by this person, they have to go through a healing phase all over again, when they should really be focusing on their life purpose. And I gotta share my story, because you guys know my story. But I gotta reiterate my story and why I don't date. Because I've been on my spiritual walk for some years now, but when I'm talking about the opening of my third eye in September, when I started the opening of my third eye in September, when I began to remove alcohol and alcohol and drugs from my life, you know, when I really began to like connect with the moon and connect to Mother Earth, when I really began that connection, I was starting to transform into a totally different person. I broke up with my boyfriend in December, and I've been single, happily single ever since. You see, I had to dig in deep and cut those cords. I had to dig in deep and do some self-evaluation, some work. I had to do some shadow work. I had to take some time and sit down with myself and really have a conversation with myself about why was I making the decisions in life that I was making? What is going on with me? That's when I discovered the whole pornography thing when I was a kid. The whole purpose of this show today. I'm still trying to figure myself out. I don't know if I believe that there's an up or a down, you know? Still trying to figure myself out. When you are spiritual and with other people that are not spiritual, right? So if you're spiritual and you're with other people that are not spiritual, you feel like you're alone a lot of the times. And you feel like you're different a lot of the times, right? But as you begin to walk in your spiritual walk, you begin to meet people that are just like you. You find yourself joining these Facebook groups and going to these spiritual meetups, right? And this is exciting. You're beginning to meet people that like you can have a conversation with about crystals. And they're like, and you're like, oh my God, you're wearing a tiger's eye. I'm wearing a tiger's eye too. I love you. You know, that's how you feel. And this is exciting. But it's also very dangerous to your spiritual growth. Okay? Take a look at the big picture. For every issue that we have or character defect that we discovered during our shadow work or self-discovery, this journey of loving ourselves and healing, our potential partner that is new on their spiritual journey may have the same shadows too. Or maybe they haven't even started to look. When you are new on your path of recovery, or when you are new on your path of healing, and I call it recovery because some of us have just finished with releasing baths and cutting the cords. So we're healing. We're I remember Dr. Phil Valentine said this. Some of us are recovering Christians or recovering Catholics. You know, we're just trying to figure things out. We aren't even comfortable with ourselves yet. So how do you deal with someone else's level of comfort with spirituality when you aren't even comfortable within your own spirituality? Or are you even comfortable with them not being comfortable with you? Right? Have you figured that out yet? I have seen hurt after hurt after hurt, and the healing goes nowhere, especially as being a spiritual teacher and a mentor. I have taken women who have been abused. I have taken women that have been victimized, who have been hurt. I have taken them and I have helped them heal and get rid of all the pain and the suffering. And then they jump right into a relationship. They don't give themselves time. They jump right into a relationship and then they come back to me. Azure, I'm hurt. He broke my heart. He called me a witch. You know? And there we go all over again, cutting more cords. Well, here are some dating tips. So if you are making a decision to get out there into the world and to date, which is, it's really fine, right? If you're making a decision to do this, you know, and connect to other people, let me give you some tips, because you're going to do it anyway. Number one, don't take anyone too seriously. It's okay to meet people, but just be friends. Number two, let the person know right away what you are into. Give them access to your social media pages and look into theirs. I know for guys who want to holler at Azure, I'd be like, have you watched Goddess of the Nile radio show? I think you should watch it. And after you watch it, give me a call. No one ever calls. It's the cutest thing ever. Ask the hard questions. Do not be afraid to ask the hard questions and listen. Number four, continue along your path. Do not give up your life purpose for love. Bring this person into your world and go into theirs. Be cautious of exchanging sexual energies during your healing phases. Be aware of the 3-day rule after cord cutting. I'm going to say this again. Be aware of the 3-day rule after cord cutting. You guys should know what that is. If you exchange sexual energies, do all that you can to clear yourself. Take your spiritual baths. Grab that yoni egg. Do all that you can. And guys, you can take spiritual baths too. Well, I'm done. I'm exhausted. I am exhausted. Because today we was talking about the dangers of pornography. We was talking about sex today. And Azure don't be talking about nobody's sex. I keep my sexual preference and I keep my sexual language and all of that stuff private and to myself. But how are y'all gonna learn if I keep my mouth shut? How are y'all gonna learn if I don't share my personal experiences with you? How y'all gonna learn if I don't be vulnerable? And not only that, how are you gonna be able to teach others if you don't become vulnerable with your own stuff? There is so much going on in this world today. But programming, like my sister, she texted me, my sister Shalom texted me. She said, Ashe, sis, programming is real. It's so real. It's so real. The other day I had shared in my group, Yeshua's Lightworkers, I had shared how I was just looking for a romantic movie to watch. And all I really watch on Netflix is like the Care Bears and My Little Pony and stuff like that to keep my vibrations high. It's a long story, but that's all I watch. Do you know that one of the suggested videos was a porn? It was a porn, as if the universe knew that I was going to have this conversation with you guys. It was a movie. I think the movie is entitled Love. And it actually, before the credits and everything on Netflix, there was a woman and there was a man in bed, and I could see all of her parts and all of his parts too. And DNA was everywhere on Netflix. So not only are they attacking us, the grown-ups, they're attacking our babies too. Because if I'm sitting there watching Care Bears, why in the heck is this porn one of my suggested movies? So I got a bone to pick with Netflix. So as a parent, we have to be extremely cautious about what our children are doing. And we do have to talk to our kids about sex. We do. No matter how old they are, we got to talk to them about sex. We have to show them images of what intimacy looks like. We have to protect our babies by exposing them to healthy relationships. So when they are exposed to unhealthy relationships, they know the difference. They know that this isn't real. This is fantasy. It's dangerous to watch porn. It's dangerous to watch television, just being honest. It's dangerous these days for our minds to even sit back and listen to the radio. We are being programmed. And it's time for us to wake up and deprogram ourselves. You guys, I'm giving you some homework. I want you guys to go and I want you to download an independent artist. Go download their music today. Support their music. Because they aren't trying to program you. All they want is for you to receive the message. And all they want is to receive some love and some attention from you. Today, I want you to go and I want you to find a small business and buy those waist beads. Buy that t-shirt. Buy that oil. Support a small business today because they aren't trying to program you. They aren't trying to program you. All they want from you is your love. And in return, they want to give you and provide you with the service. Take some time today and connect with your local artist, your local painter, or your local writer. Buy that novel today. Take the time to read that book today. Patronize your local artist because they aren't trying to program you. All they want is for you to love them, right? Because we love to receive love. And in return, they can provide you with words. And their words, who knows? It may touch your heart. It may change your life. It's okay to support a small business. It's okay to support a local artist. Do the uncool thing and be cool, you know? Well, I love you guys. You know I do. If you would like to support Goddess of the Now Radio, I kindly ask for you to become a member of our Patreon account. So you're going to head on over to patreon.com. That's patreon.com and search for Goddess of the Now Radio. And you can become a member. Or you can feel free to donate to the Healing Center. The Healing Center that I'm naming after my spiritual mentor, Billy. Don't you want to be a part of that? Our Healing Center? Our Healing Center will have bath houses so people can take spiritual baths or releasing baths. It'll have a place where you can buy all of your herbs, a couple of beds so you can just get away from life. There'll be some local entertainment going on, some spoken word poetry, a garden to play around in, a cafe that's selling alkaline foods that'll help you to live and not die, a library with books in it that tells the truth, right? Don't you want to be a part of that? Please feel free to donate. Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps to make this dream come true. Well, guys, that is all my time for today. I did a lot of preaching. And I hope for some of you guys it actually, sinks through, If you have an addiction to pornography, get yourself some help, Or if you have been exposed to pornography, it's time for you to deprogram so you can reprogram not only your minds, but your heart. I'm Azure Neteru Gaia, and I am live each and every Sunday from 11 o'clock a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, USA for my international people, live on the WinDC Radio app and YouTube channel. If you would like a shorter version of today's show, please head on over to the Goddess of the Nile YouTube channel, and there'll be a shorter version posted for you there on Tuesday. But you can always feel free to catch the replay on the WinDC Radio YouTube channel. So like and subscribe. That's what they always say. Share this video if you're watching. And again, I'm Azure Neteru Gaia. Thank you for being here with me today. I wish you guys a grand, glorious, beautiful week. You are the creators of your today and your tomorrow. I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.